Hello and welcome to my next live stream. So for now I start to play some 3 minutes game. The first one that I start a few minutes ago is still on the board. I'm trying to create some kind of weird position there, I'm pretty success here if I'm not wrong. So basically with white I really start pushing and we'll see how the game will end, but I'm pretty sure that I have nice chances. Now I can just take on f6, go for the queen h5, take on f5 and create very nice position. So I'm thinking that I will go for that. Basically now, okay, black will have some kind of the counterplay because he has a bishop pair, but I'm pretty sure that I has to be slightly better. Now the pawn on e4 is also hanging even immediately, so I'm pretty happy with the position. Let's see, I'll go for the knight b3 here, and then maybe even rook d1 at some point. I can take on d4, so I'm pretty safe there. I can just take with the knight. Knight e6 is now a retreat. It's a nice position for me. Okay, now I can just take there, I think. It's obviously a few pawns, so the rook is hanging. There's still not kind of the mating teams there. I will just rearrange my pieces. So white is just better. Okay. Okay. Let's go for queen f3. Let's stabilize the game in the center and then we'll see. If bishop f5, I'll go for the knight d5, and if something like this will happen, then I can go even with the f5, and the bishop is just lost because there is not even a square where this bishop can go, so probably the game is just over. Yeah, but you know, I'll just take a bishop and claim that he's completely lost. Okay, but now even it's very hard to imagine that he'll manage to get something here when I'm a clear. What do I have here? I have a clear clear piece, so it's very hard to see how he will do anything there. And okay, let's go now for d5. So everything is protected. I'll get my last piece. Yeah, he play on a time. Okay, I understand. Okay, let's go king there. Yeah, I lose in time. So, yeah. Funny, but this is how the things are going when you play on a 3 minutes. So, let's stick to our ordinary game. Today I would like to get for something maybe even more. So, let's host a new simul and let's see what or how this will go for. So hi, let's see. Hi to all there. Yep, Ariranya, of course. please enter the live stream of this simul. So we accept for now 3 people. Let's see who else is here. The Nag. Yeah, why not? Do we have someone else here? Okay, for now we have something like 4 people. Counter T is here also. Okay, Tornado is here. Do we have someone else here? For now we have 6 candidates, and Spider-Man 85, my brother, is here, I think, so yeah, why not to play against him? Yep. Okay. Clash Kid, regularly going to start. Hi, in a few minutes. Hi, Chess Kid. Joel S360 is here. Okay, now we have 9 players. So, all of you guys, hi to all. Hi guys, so I was streaming now for I think about 3 weeks or so. The last time, a few days ago, I have some real technical issues with the internet here in Croatia. The internet is just very slow, and because of that I mainly sometimes get very bad session of today. Yeah, sure, it was nice. So, due to the technical issues, I have problems with the stream, but hopefully this will be better now, and I'm really thinking that today it has to be a lot better. So, if someone, please go to the live stream. Titan Chest 07 is here. Okay, we have 14 players. So basically, in the last couple of weeks, I was starting to create those, I think, very educational streams, and I play many games here on 15 minutes, 20 minutes. Mainly those was simul games against many players. So today I get, I think, yeah, 30 minutes plus 60 seconds increment, so it will allow me slightly more chances to explain basically something that I would like to explain, and will give me some kind of the options to take time in some positions when probably I have to take it. So I think that will be slightly easier for me than on a 20 minutes. So 18 players are here. We have 19 players in the chat. So please guys, if you can go to the live stream option. Really excited to get 20 games there, and we'll see from there if I am capable to, you know, go for the 20 games. So we take a look for 2 more candidates here. We have 17 players in the chat, 2 more, and we will start. Or if there will not be, yes, we have the 19, no, 18 because someone disappeared, but okay, we will have a few more. So let's start to do the action. Let's start playing against 20 very nice players here. So we are excited to see 2 more people who like to join. So also I would do those educational live streams for or regularly. If someone like those streams, please just subscribe, and hopefully I think that we will see us regularly, at least 2 or 3 times during the week. I was planning to make a lot of those educational videos where I would like to get something very interesting to me, but also start to help some guys who really like to, you know, improve his chess abilities, and who like to learn something from at any range. Basically, it's just so 30 is a bit too long for me today. I will just watch instead. Okay, no problem. We'll start to to be slightly more faster. Yeah, I just make this time control to be able to play 20 tables. And we have the 20 players here, so let's go. Even 21 is here, so let's start and let's see how the game will continue. Basically, because I play 20 games, I would like to start with my regular opening. So I will get d4 with white, and I will start to go for the Sicilian and for the King's Indian with black. On f4 I would like to go for c5, e4, c5, d4. So basically I will go for my main weapons there. So let's start for the Sveshnikov Sicilian. Let's see who likes to play very sharp with white, and let's start from there. So the Sicilian, and here I would like to get for a nice opening, which is the Trompowsky, my main weapon with white, and let's go and stick with d4, with d4, with the Sicilian. So basically the main weapons that I use. What do you like versus the e4? I like to go for the Sicilian, so basically I will stick with my main Sveshnikov weapon. Knight c6, okay, let's start with knight f3 here, d4. Hello, Franquis forever. So the Sveshnikov is mainly versus the e4, and versus the d4 I would like to get for the let's go for bishop g5, why not? Knight f6, let's start with bishop g5, and let's go for the Sveshnikov. Here it's very interesting thing, and basically right there try to play so-called Matulovic gambit. I play with white at some point, especially on a weekend tournament, those kind of very active openings, and especially in the Sicilian this is very efficient if black doesn't know what he's doing. And here I would like to show you how to be very safe against the Matulovic. So let's see what white knows here. Knight f3, knight c6, knight f6, let's go for the Trompowsky, there is nothing wrong with it. And today the Sveshnikov is very popular opening, even Magnus Carlsen played even today against the Rajabov. He managed to get a draw, but the game eventually was pretty nice. I'll go for the knight f6, I'll go for the Trompowsky, and let's stick with my main plan to get very active and aggressive positions there. Bishop c4, knight c6, knight f3 goes for a g6, let's go for the bishop g5, so I will get some kind of similar kind of the structures, I hope. And okay, here after the e6 I will go for the knight e2 in order to get e4 there, bishop g5 again, e3, and now with black you can go for many different setups. I will stick with my main idea, which is a g6 here. Here after e5, what I want to do is, can I go for a d5? The knight will go on, no, e4, dc6, take on f3. I can take with check and take a pawn. Is this correct for black? Let's go for the knight e2 and start with e4 there. Sveshnikov is on the table. Okay, b3, bishop e7, d5, knight again goes to d2, and I go for a e3. It's a matter of the decision, but it's everything is okay. And here I don't like this move because now the pawn just gets slightly too fast on e5. Let's start to take this pawn. c3, and now if I take on c3 we will have very nice position for white if you take a look from the dynamic decision, because if I take on c3, white will get this knight immediately on c3, get very kind of active and impressive setup which will allow him to torture me for a while. Okay, maybe I will take a pawn with black, but this is not my ordinary decision and I never want to get this pawn on c3. So basically I would like to give the white this pawn back, but just, you know, to doesn't allow him such a nice and offensive setup. And because of that I like the move d3, and you'll see how the game will continue. Knight goes on c3, let's go for the knight c6, the knight f6, let's go for the e3, let's go back with the bishop because bishop is under attack, and after knight f3 let's go for a g6, g3, bishop g7, so pretty nice setups. After a4 let's go for a b6, let's go for the bishop g7, let's go back, we have once again very similar structure, e6, e3, so basically there is nothing wrong with my play. Here I can go with e4, so why not? Let's go for the bishop g7, let's go for the knight e2, and after the knight b4, now I don't understand really. If I take a pawn, he can go for a queen, g5, no he cannot, he just lose a pawn. Let's take a pawn and we'll see what will happen. So let's start with c3, let's go for a bishop f4, let's go for the bishop h4, and after the c4 just develop a knight, knight c6, knight takes on d4, now the Sveshnikov is there on the table after the knight f6, and after bishop b5 I can just go for the queen c7. Now why I like the queen c7, because I don't want to get why the option to take bishop c6 when I was unable to take with the queen, because basically if I rule my pawn structure, positionally white will have slight edge. Nevertheless, due to the fact that he is going for a b3 such early in the game, probably this is not so bad for me, but I can go for the queen c7 here. The other main reason how I can avoid, or why bishop b5 here is not so good, I can go for the bishop for the knight d4, and then I will attack the bishop on b5. This is somehow very close. Do I like to get the queen c7, knight d4? Let's go for the knight d4 here. g3, bishop goes to b7, of course, bishop on f5. And now black should be always careful when he brings this bishop such early in the game, because after the c4 now he will have to decide how to defend the pawn. If he starts with e6, then queen b3 will not give him the option to get this bishop back, and the pawn on b7 will be very exposed. So let's go for a c4, d5, and I go for the e3, castle, d3, and now immediately d5 I think is very possible because he didn't go for nothing to slow me down. I can castle here, and after c6 let's go for the knight c3. Castle, bishop goes to d3 I believe, let's get many pieces there on the king side, let's go for the e3, d6, okay, so black just, you know, give me a pawn for nothing. Let's go back, g6, knight goes on d2, and now bishop goes on a3, which is very weird. Now what if I take on e5? He never can take on c5 because I'll just take the rook on a1, and then also bishop c5, knight f3, queen f3, and bishop takes on a1, so I think this is very bad for him. Knight c6. Now I can take on f6 at any time. I can get my knight on f3 to develop a piece, but then probably he'll go for a bishop to g4. Now the interesting question is, what if I go for the knight d2? Because basically what I don't like here is allow him to go for e5. So this is something that I want to really slow down. And my obvious question is, if I go for the knight e2, e5, what can I do then? So I'm pretty sure that it's slightly better to go for the knight f3, but then bishop g4, yeah, and if queen b3, queen b6, I can take on f6, take on b3. Okay, let's go for knight f3. Knight c3 to stop me to get this rook there, and then I can get my knight on f6. Bishop goes to g7. Let's go for bishop e2. Knight goes there, knight g to f3, g5, bishop goes to g3, of course. Bishop goes to g2, to g2, and now we have to be very careful here. So basically, white now get a pawn on e4 and get some kind of nice defenders on c3 and g2, but this long diagonal for now is still no one, because this bishop is also very nicely placed there on b7 and create some kind of the potential against the pawn on e4. The only thing that you should be worried about with black is when you put a knight on f6, be sure that e5 is not the possibility for white. And because of that, I think that I can immediately go on f6, because on e5 I'll just take a pawn on g2. So let's go for the knight f6. Knight c3, and now we enter this very popular Sveshnikov, which Magnus play now for quite a while. He played against the Caruana, today he played against the Rajabov, get completely equal positions, so the game ended as a draw, but let's see how white will continue. I play the Sveshnikov now for many years and it serves me very well. Castle, d6, this is standard King's Indian, and after g5 I would like to get bishop to c1. Okay, knight d4, bishop to g7, bishop goes to b2, now I can take a pawn if I'm not wrong, g3, d6, so pretty standard setup. Bishop goes to f5, now this pawn is under attack, so I want to defend him, I'll just take on d5, and here now I have the chance again to take on f6, and I should take the chance. b6, which is slightly too passive, I think, but can I do something in order to just attack the black king? Let's go for knight f3 for now. Bishop goes to b2, let's castle. Yeah, now he just knight b3. So this is one of the things why I like the Sveshnikov. So in order to get something from the position, and this something really means that if he likes to be even just comfortable and equal probably at some point, white should go for a knight b5. There is no other solution. Okay, there are of course moves like knight b3 or knight f3, but this will just create very potential position for black, which is in general very hard to, you know, fight against, because the black will get here in the sixth move very clear initiative, because after bishop b4 this knight will be pinned. Knight e4 is a great deal for black, how to go for, and black will just get immediate initiative. And if you manage to get this in just the 6 moves, it has to be something wrong with the white play. So bishop b4 is a clear answer to this. And here after d3, I think that even d5 should be a very good move. Knight takes on b5. Can I take now on e4 is the question. Now, if I take on e4, what I see here is that he can go for the queen e2, and I cannot go back because of the knight d6 will be checkmate. And this is very nice trick which is possible in few of setups, in few of the openings, and you should be very careful not to fall in this kind of a trick. Now, the second thing is that I can take, nevertheless, I can take on e4, and if he goes for the queen e2, I can go for d5, and then knight d6 is never ever the possibility, because my queen is there on d file. So let's go and take this pawn and let's see what will happen there. Knight c3, and in this kind of the King's Indian setups, I would like to get a d6, c6 with the idea to get the queen on a5. So let's stick with c6, and after knight f3, let's go for the g6. e3, bishop goes to d3. If you guys like the stream, please just subscribe for I hope many other very entertaining streams. So just please subscribe. I will try to do those streams regularly, 3 or maybe 4 times during a week, so hopefully will help someone to improve. Okay, d5, let's stick with e3, knight with d7, and now I would like to take on d5, he takes on f6, and now I will make the opponent very weak pawn on d5, so basically I can take on c5, queen f3, I'll just take the rook and see from there, c6, just take on c6. Okay, and here I have nice move knight e4, which will allow me to completely shut down this kind of the play on the long dark diagonal. So let's go for the knight e4. Bishop goes to b3, let's go for the bishop e7, h6, and now let's see, I can even go for the h4. It looks like very strong move, because how black will continue there. There is many different kind of the moves which I have and which can be very annoying for him. The second thing is that I can go for the bishop takes on f6 and then e5, and then after bishop e7 to get even for a bishop e4. Start with queen e2 and then go for the h4, g4, and so on and so on. So everything is just good for me, and I have to decide which kind of the move I like. If I go for the h4, he take on g5, I take with the h pawn, I still do not see any kind of immediate trick. So I will take on f6. c6, okay, let's go for the e3. Knight goes to d6, just develop my pieces there. Bishop goes to c5, knight goes to d2, castle, knight goes to f3, knight c6. Let's go for the knight f3, c3, okay. And let's see how now to get this bishop out of there. Okay, let's go for e5, knight c6, let's go for the c3, bishop d3, and now d5. So, and this is the end of this line, I think, because there is no way for white to get any kind of the advantage as well. Basically, after those passive moves like bishop to d3, now he even close this d file and basically allow me to get instantly d5, after which, you know, black is just perfectly fine. Okay, knight f6, sorry, bishop goes to g7, let's go for d5, and now, sorry, castle there. And we have the standard King's Indian G3 line, which is a very positional line for white. Now, what black really wants to achieve here is the position which he can play very actively. And because of that, I like the move queen a5 here. It is the move which can transpose to some lines with e5, but I also have a very direct way how to play against white king, or how to try to play against white king by moving this queen to h5 and create after bishop h3 and knight g4 very concrete ideas on the king side. So let's go for this tricky line. Knight takes on e4, but now he offered me a bishop, and after the castle there on the king side, the fact is that black get a bishop pair, but for this bishop pair he has this pawn structure which is good for his king, but there is no dynamic for him now, because obviously those pawns will never are creating something there, and also the pawn on d5 will be at some point very, very weak. So let's start and go for those squares there. Here after d5 I would go for f3, I think, okay, and after bishop goes to g7, let's get immediately with the knight e5. Bishop e7. My idea here is to try to create some kind of unbalanced position by aiming for a c4 or e4. And basically all of those moves are very solid for me. Before I concretely start organize any kind of position there, I also like to see how black will develop his pieces. So mainly I can just go first with knight f3, and then I will see after a few moves what I want to achieve. So knight takes on d5, bishop e7, bishop on e4. It's a very powerful move. Bishop goes to h5. Let's go for h6, right? Okay. Bishop d4. Let's go for e5. Okay. And after taking on d5, now we have after the d5, I'll go just with the knight back on c2. Okay. Castle there, and now I can start. Okay, I will not taking this knight on c6 because this doesn't make sense. I will just get black some kind of double c pawns which can go one after the other, c5, and then take on d4 and go again with c5. This bishop is great because if he takes on e5, I'll take with the bishop. So now I just hopefully wants to open the game on the king side, but basically what I also wants to get is some kind of long castle just to secure my king. So let's start to be here active. Let's go first with c3, then get a bishop on d3, then get the queen on c2, and then go for the h4. Maybe even without the queen on c2. Maybe queen goes to e2, not to allow knight h5. So let's start with c3. And we get the same scenario, so queen a5, knight goes to d7, let's go for the h3 to secure this bishop, to have a chance to go back, and after e6, let's go for the bishop d3, rook b1, bishop goes back, and we have very, very nice position. Here I would like to get bishop e2, very solid, d3, now I will go back maybe on d6, maybe on f6, let's see where can be better. I can also, you know, get queen a5 check here, because this can be even better for me. There is no way for white to close the center, because c3 I'll take the knight c3 I'll take the knight. Queen a5 is, it looks for me like very, very important move. After e takes d5, just take on d5, and after knight c6, now I will start organizing the attack there. So, queen e2 looks like a very good option, then castle, and then h4 and g4, and I will get mainly very strong initiative there. So let's start first with queen e2. Here, after bishop e3, what we can do is to get the knight, the queen on f6. What? Okay, queen a5 is also a very strong move for me, I think, because I would like to get the pawn on a2 and start some kind of the aggression there. Bishop c3 maybe at some point. What we can do there? Okay, let's go for the queen a5. Bishop goes to d3, and now you just wants to know which kind of setup you want to get there. So basically after the bishop d3, your setup, perfect setup for black is d6, knight on f6, knight on d7, knight on c5, or at some point even knight d5. And basically after a few exchanges, because black is slightly behind in the space, eventually black will free his game and the position will be completely equal. We can argue here if white is better or not, but I'm pretty sure that this kind of slightly more space without clear targets for white should be just not as much as good for him as the position looks like. So let's go for d6, bishop c5, bishop goes to... Can I go bishop e3? Can I go with e3? I can go with a bishop f4. Let's go for the bishop f4. Bishop f5, okay. Now let's just castle. And after the castle, you see this bishop is just a monster on this diagonal. There is no way for white to organize anything special, so I just go with a b6 and d5 and I'll be perfectly fine there. Bishop g3, bishop e3. Is this something that will attack my pieces? Not, so I can just castle there. And after bishop d2, I'll just take on c3. Knight takes, bishop takes, knight d6. Now, I have here many different ways of playing. One of the things is that I can take on g5. Let's start and see what will happen. b6, okay. Let's castle there on the king side. Bishop goes to g5. Now, this looks like a very slow option. And I think that I will straightforwardly run into h4 here. So why not to get the option to take some space. Let's go for the e6. Bishop goes to e7. I will immediately get a queen on e2 with the idea to get for e4. Then I will get a bishop on d3 as we mentioned. And after this one, yeah, I was afraid, to be honest, of something like this, because yeah, now he managed to get knight e4. I have to go for the knight e4. Bishop e4, knight goes back, or can I start doubling on the d file? Let's see. Now let's go for the knight e2. Okay, bishop goes to e2. Can I take on a2, or do I have to get my bishop maybe somewhere? f6. Let's go for very solid lines. Now I want to get d5. Okay, take here, goes back with the bishop, of course. Queen goes to d2, and now I can get my bishop on g4, which looks like very, very interesting option to me. Do I have to be afraid of something like bishop takes on h6? Okay, let's then start with rook e8, just not to allow bishop h6, because then when I remove my bishop there on f8, it will be a check on e file. So let's go for rook e8 first. Bishop takes on d2, queen takes on d2, and f5. And now, to be honest, I'm not sure what black is hoping for, because his pieces are not for now such a nicely placed to get any kind of the advantage there on the king side. So if I manage to somehow block them on the dark squares, can be very, very bad for him. So can I go for h4 immediately here? I think I can, because after g4 I'll go for the knight d5, and his king will be very unsecure there in the center. Okay, h3, just go for the knight f6, c3, I'll just take on b5. There is winning position for me, a4, and now let's get a king on f7. f5. Yeah, now we have extremely, extremely difficult position to say who is better here, and it is really, really unclear. Let's go first for queen a4, because I don't like to give him a chance to go for f4 immediately, because then knight e4 is really a move, and then I would like to get my pieces on the d file. So why not to get a queen a4, rook d1 here? Let's start. Castle, castle, of course, and now knight c3. This will offer me a chance to go for bishop f5, bishop g4, because he cannot really take on c5, his knight is hanging. Why not goes to bishop g4, f6, let's go back with the bishop, and let's go back on c1 with this bishop. Or can I go on f4? Probably I can, but let's go for the bishop c1. knight takes on d4. If I take with knight on d4, what he can do? If I take cd4, bishop b4, bishop d2, yeah, this is even easier, I think. Knight e5, yeah, now bishop e5, and here after castle, let's go for the bishop e7, d5. Now, this will offer me very straightforward way of playing, because now black just closed the game in the center, and then if I now just go back on d3, I don't see his point, because you know g4, g5 will be there in 2 moves, and how he will continue after that. I'm not really sure what he's trying to create there. If I go for bishop d3, the only thing that I see here it's possible is to get a5, and then if I go for the queen e2 to go for the knight b4, so he wants to create something like that. But even if he exchanged these bishops, I will still have clear plan how to play on the king side. Knight e7. Now I will take a queen, I will take a pawn, and it's just great for me. c3, queen f6, okay, it's a nice move. Of course, rook goes to d1, queen on e7, c3 doesn't allow him anything. And now what I was speaking about, queen c2 will just run into queen h5, which is clearly a very good move for me. Rook e8, knight d5, it's a check, bishop d2, bishop exchange on g7, and just take on e4. So, let's castle. Let's castle. a3, again allow me this queen h5, very nice idea. And here I can just take, oh, can I take on e2? I'll take on e2. d4, rook d8, and now I have to decide what I want to achieve here. So one idea is to take on e4 immediately and go for the knight d4, which is not bad at all, but I will lose all kind of the initiative on the d file. If he managed to exchange on d4 in the long run, will be just, I think, very equal and drawish position. So, but the alternatives doesn't look very solid for me, because if I go at some point with c4, probably even d4 is possible. And then I potentially can get in a very bad shape, because his pieces looks like slightly better coordinated than mine. Okay, let's take on e4. Here after the knight c3, I would like just to get instantly on c3, or can I go for a bishop e6 first? Yeah, why not? There is nothing immediately. Knight goes to c6. Okay, I will go for a c3. Castle, and now finally I can start breaking with e4. I can start with the castle on the queen side, or I can still slightly, you know, be maybe on a more passive side, go for a c3 and then start from there. Why is c3 very important at some point? Because after c3 I will somehow completely secure my center, and potentially I don't show black my intention here, which will be for sure castle on the long side. So let's go for a c3, king g7, and now immediately h4 will just create many possibilities on the king side. After a long castle, he just, you know, yeah, he just offers me a queen, and of course the game is just over. Okay, f6. Now let's start. I cannot really not to take on f6, because if I do that, then he basically can even go for the f5, and probably he will close the game in the center. So I think that I have to take on f6. Knight goes on b6, and now I can start with even a4, and then a5 is my intention. I can even go and start with knight f3. So let's start with knight f3. The opponent offers me a draw, and I'm not sure how to react on this offer. So first of all, I would like to see what will happen if I... Okay, let's start to see what will happen. I have a bishop which can be slightly better than the knight, so let's go for the knight e5. He castled there on the long side, and I will just get my bishop out. So let's start with the bishop g4, or I can just go with the e6 and then f6. I have two extra pawns, which means that black should be at least slightly better. I have a bishop pair, of course, and I have pretty straightforward play. So let's go for the e6. Okay, exchange on the e4, and now I can go for the knight d4, queen on f3. Let's go for the bishop f8. Okay, queen goes to e2, and now I would like to get my knight on d7. c4, and immediately e4 should be there. Very straightforward way of playing. If d4, knight d5, I hope should be enough. But let's see what else I can try to build up. Queen c2, it looks like very natural move. Bishop goes to b7, then I can go for the knight d5. Yeah, all kind of those moves. Even b3 looks like very nice idea, because if he takes on b3, I'll just take with the a pawn. If he starts with b5 to close everything, then a4, and he's not able to immediately close down with a6 because the rook is hanging. So let's go for a b3 immediately. Bishop goes to g5. Okay. Now he wants to say that my yeah, this looks like a very nice move. But can I go for the knight d5 here? He wants to take with the bishop on f6. So, it looks very dangerous. I cannot go knight f5, for instance, because the pawn on b7 is hanging, and I cannot go for the bishop f5 because something like the same idea will happen there. I cannot get my queen back on d8, so it means that I have to go for the knight d5, or yeah, let's go for knight d5. b3, bishop f6, bishop goes to f4, bishop d6 is a check, g4, knight d5, as we mentioned before, and after b6, yeah, this is just very bad for him. Oh, what is that? Oh, he likes to get queen g5, if I'm not wrong, so I don't have to go for queen g4. I can go for the knight f3, I think. It should be very good for me. Rook f6, castle on the queen side. Queen d2, with the idea probably to go for the queen g5, so I will not allow him to do that. Rook c8, I'll just take on c6. He takes on e5, and let's go with the f6. Why not? Knight c2, let's go back with the bishop, or let's take here. Yeah, let's just get for a bishop c3. I don't see why not. Rook d1. Okay. f4. Okay. bishop b7, rook e1, of course, king f1. Can I take a bishop? Can I go for a bishop e6? Let's exchange this one. Knight f6. Now, this offers me now the plan to go for the bishop f6. This offers me a plan to go for the knight e5 because the pawn on f7 is hanging. This offers me to go for the a4, a5, which will completely ruin his chances on the queen side. So I have many different solutions here. The one question is which one is the best one. It's not easy to spot, but I will try to first go for a4. Take on c6, okay, which looks like the most natural option. And now I would like to double the rooks on d5. Okay, knight goes to c5, knight e4, and why not to get this knight, rook b1, knight goes to c6, bishop c4. Oh, he doesn't want to get my bishop, which is very, very interesting. Now he likes to get my knight on d5, which means that I have to go for the king e7. And if he take the knight on d5, I will get his bishop on g5. Or I have one solid option to get e4 maybe here. And then if he takes with the queen on e4, I can take the bishop on g5. And the game is over practically, because if I manage to get this bishop, the situation will be just, you know, very bad for him. Okay, let's go. Knight f6, okay, this is totally lost. This is not even the position which we likes to discuss. Now I would like to get my rook on d1. Okay, h5 of course, but I don't see a point. It looks like very, very slow for me. And now I can start jumping, you know, all around those weak squares. I can start with f3. The only thing that I like here is to get the queen on e2 first and then castle long and then go for f3. And when I open the game in the center, hopefully my space advantage and the positional advantage should be more than enough to create incredible Okay, bishop goes to f5. Now I can start to go for, I don't know, e3 probably. I have just a pawn. Okay, now I can castle. Rook goes to e4. Okay, what is a point? I'll start with f5 after that, so let's go for queen e7. Let's castle there on the long side, and here it's just the game over, so I can do whatever I like. Rook b8, and now should I go for a c4? Can I start some kind of the activities? Okay, let's go with b4. Bishop goes on c2. Now I can go for knight b4 if I like. Let's go for a5. Queen c2. Rook g8. No, you're just not in time to go for all of those moves. And here I would like just, you know, to go for f5. Okay. Now, I have here a very strong positional answer here, which is bishop to b5, because after bishop goes to b5 and bishop c6, this e5 square will be for always mine, and it will be very difficult for him to defend the position. So let's go for this extra positional option. c4 will just leave him with all kind of the weaks, pieces and the pawns there on the queen side. Yeah, and this looks like completely wrong option, because yo I managed to overlook a pawn. Is this possible? No, I didn't overlook a pawn, but it looks like suspicious way of playing. Okay, rook e1, I go for the bishop h3 and go for the knight e2. Bishop d7 is just over, and then I can start with f3, but after I completely secure the center, g4, rook d8, I can go for b6, bishop b7. Yeah, why not for rook d8? Okay. Okay. g6, I like to take this knight, bishop goes to f8, queen e5, queen takes on c6, probably is just very solid position for me. Bishop goes there, let's go for h6, knight goes to e4, let's just take this knight. Knight f6, now he overlook a pawn if I'm not wrong, just take on c4. Knight d7, okay, and now let's go for a bishop f4. Okay, I can just take this one, and here I would like to go to, I will like to get e4. First, let's go for the king b1. Okay, now go for the a5, h5, bishop d3, queen goes to f3, rook goes to c8, bishop a6. Okay, I will take this bishop, take on f5, and on d4 I should take. Okay, okay, e5. Let's exchange these pieces. Let's go for e5, let's go for a bishop d7, or let's go for the queen c7. It looks like perfectly fine. Queen b6 looks like perfectly fine, so there is nothing wrong with all of those moves. Here, bishop e2. Can I go for a6 here? Why not? Rook d1. Knight d4, I think. Yep. Rook d4, okay. Queen d7. Knight goes to e2. Rook a6, rook e1. Queen d4, bishop goes. Now, what is his idea? His idea is here, of course, to get a pawn on f2. Very nice option for him. Rook c4, okay. Let's go for rook d8. Okay, this is just nothing. Okay. Knight f7, f3, c6. This is just, you know, no-brainer. Bishop goes to e6. Okay. Okay. Yeah, and now we have perfect position. So black is completely busted. There is really not a single chance for him to get any kind of the active play. So basically it means that I can start to go all around of the position and try to create even more weaknesses. For me now it looks like that my great idea can be to go for g4, g5, but I want to secure my second rank. So let's go for the rook e2. e4, knight goes on d7, of course, b6, let's go for the bishop e2, queen e3, looks like solid option. I will just close the game on the queen side, e3, and now I cannot really take on e3 because queen takes on a3, king h1 and queen g1 is a checkmate, so there is no way for me to get in this kind of a trap, which means that I have to do something else, and I have to do something very fast. So basically what I like to do is to get kind of exchange, especially of a queen, because if I manage to exchange the queens, it can be solid. If not, I can be in really big trouble, but basically I also want to get some kind of the initiative on the queen side. So let's start with the queen c4. Okay, now I'll just take on b3. Yeah, why to offer a draw? It's, you know, just take on d7, it's just lost. Okay, here so what is here the white idea? Do he wants to get the bishop f3, so I have to be cautious, but I can take on d4, queen take on d4, and if bishop f3 I can go back, but basically my pawn on d6 is saying, but this is nothing, so I can take on d4. Let's just exchange. Let's go for b6. There is nothing immediately for him. I can just stop everything there on the queen side. Exchange there. King h1, rook d7. Just close everything on the king side. Okay, this is kind of a move which I really like, because if I manage to get a position where I will get the knight versus a very bad king on g1, should be. So let's go for the queen d7, bishop b4, let's just castle there, queen b6, and now I should get and open the game in the center by getting immediately e4, b4 looks like very big mess. So let's start opening something. Knight c6. Now, okay, knight c6. So now the idea is probably to go for rook e8, knight a5. But this pawn is hanging, so let's go with the queen d1. Knight b3 secure with b6. And after this move, let's start to get some action there on the king side. Rook b1, of course, let's go for a4. Queen d1, looks like for now nothing, so let's start with the a4. Okay, now this is just the checkmate. Castle, and now should I go for e4? Knight can go for f4, rook d1 first to get some kind of nice position there. Okay, now I should go for knight f4. Okay, c4, just exchange on d2. Okay, now do I want to get my queen on d5 or the knight on d5? Which one is better? Probably the queen to, you know, collect both of the rooks there. So let's go for the queen d5. g3, which looks like very solid move, but nothing special. So I can go for the queen e6. Queen f7, no, it's not yet clear how he should get a draw. So now I will get my king into the safety first and then start from there. Okay, and now I have to take and start taking something here in this position. So let's take on f5 first, rook e8, okay. Yeah, now if he goes for the rook e1, my idea was to get queen c8, queen f5, but now I see that this is not possible, so I have to go rook c1 first. Okay, I'll take with the rook. Bishop goes to e3, queen goes to b4. Okay, let's check him. Let's check. Knight e4. Now, do he offers me a pawn? Why not to take the pawn? Okay, let's go here. Queen a4 looks like... Okay. Okay. Queen c7, e4. b5, knight goes to e5, king c3. Yeah, this is just suicide mission, bishop on d2. And now where I can put my queen? Queen b6, bishop e3 again, so it's not the best way for me. Can I go for the queen c5, bishop e3, queen h5? Then something like the pinwheel happens there, but still I don't see a progress there. The next thing is that my queen can go way back to b8. And this looks like the best option. Yeah, but I don't like... Okay, I'll go first for a queen b6 again. Knight goes to e5. I'll just exchange, you know, everything there. He's just lost. Let's check him on c6. Bishop takes on e4. Now I have a clear pawn on d4, so it means that I can go with the queen back on e5. It doesn't really have to go for something very direct. Queen d7. So okay, here also is just nothing for black for now. Yeah, but you know, rook e1 looks like a dangerous option for him. Queen g2, okay. Yeah, I overlook very vital pawn on g2, which is extremely difficult now to... How I should miss that? Very interesting. Yeah, I do. I make very big mistake. Very big mistake. Okay. Okay. Bishop e3. I don't want to get my knight, so let's go back. It's a check, g3. King goes to c2. Let's get my king. Okay. Queen d3. Knight goes to a6. It's a very solid way for me to play. Rook e1, and now where to put my rook? On c3. Okay. 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 Bishop d4. Just get all of the pieces off the table. Let's start immediate action there, and let's start to checkmate this guy. Queen h5, queen goes to c2. Yeah, I'm still not very sure what I was thinking about when I missed this pawn on g2. This pawn was extremely important for me, and now I'm just very bad in this scenario. Incredible how I missed this move, this very easy move to meet. So I'm not sure what I'm trying to do. Now here I would like to sacrifice a pawn for the initiative. g6, rook f3. Now I create queen c7, right? Okay. Rook a4. Let's go for the queen d5 here. Okay. Bishop a5. Why he wants to get bishop a5? I'm not sure. Okay, let's just go for the rook c1. Secure c3 pawn. Here I just take a bishop f1 and the game is over. And here, just not to get checkmated, rook goes to g8. And can I just go for the queen h7? Yeah, why not? Let's try to get the rook. Let's start checking this king. e5. Oh. Okay. Knight goes to f3. This is just lost, you know, but how to exchange everything here. So basically h5. Okay, let's stop h5 for now, but knight g5. Is this something very strong? No, it's not. Rook d2, okay. Okay, now I have, you know, here I have, and I am the exchange down, but my pieces are such a nicely placed that it doesn't look that I am the exchange down. So here, yeah, this is just very bad for him, so he's completely lost. Rook d8, now I want to get some kind of the play on the king side, so why not to get for the queen d2, and then queen h6, queen d5, rook d5. Now suddenly all of the pieces are very badly placed. Let's check him on c3. Let's get take on e5. And here, yeah, this game now actually is very excited. Check. Bishop f4. Okay. Queen e7, Rook d2, Bishop c3, King h7. Okay, but okay. Queen c4, Queen f4. Let's check. Bishop e7, take on e7. Yeah, bishop takes on a7 looks like something that is good for him, but I don't really know, because all of his pawns will be bad. Now, I don't want to exchange anything. I would like just to get f5, just to free my king and to claim that I don't see what is his idea there. Here I can go back with a bishop on f6, for instance. I just don't want to get my pawn. f5, yeah, but you know, let's go for h4. Let's just take everything, so it's just bad for him. Can I start to get a queen there? Probably I can, because he's just completely cut from the game. And after rook f7, is possible to get rook e8? Knight e3, rook e7, f4. Let's start to make a draw there, because I wasn't sure. h3, rook h7, and now at some point I would like to take on f5, so let's go on h6, queen h3, but this doesn't look promising for him. Queen e6, rook c7. Okay, now this is extremely bad. So h5, okay, but I don't see a point, so let's go for a b5. Okay, let's go for the f6, bishop e7. Now I will get a knight on the best square, on e3, rook g5, queen takes on h4. It's again a pawn. Knight c5 is a great move. Yeah, but you know, this is just, you know, the game where I have a bunch of king h6. b5. With the idea to take the pawn on a6. Is this okay? I don't think so. c4, f5, why not? King d7, okay. Now I will improve the position of my knight, but where to get a knight? Here probably, so knight f1, knight g3, okay. Bishop e3, but okay, there is nothing really going on there. Let's go king f7, check, okay, rook d1, and I'm still not sure what he's trying to achieve. Yeah, all in all, I do some nice work there. Here I get the endgame, which is probably completely equal. Maybe due to some play on the g file is slightly better for me, but I'm not really sure. Queen goes on c2, now he offers me one more tempi for bishop f5, so here I am clearly better, here is just a checkmate, so there is not a... Oh, this was his idea. Okay, I missed this, but okay. Rook f3. Rook f3, rook a1, for instance. Am I in Zugzwang? It looks like I have to take on e4, okay? Queen f3. Okay, I don't like to get a bishop. Let's go for the bishop d4. Just take with a check. Bishop b7. G1. Knight e3, and now I can start to create some play on the b file. G4, knight f4, king h8, and now let's get where to put my rooks. Very nice questions. I would like to get the rooks on c1 and on d1. I don't like to get on g6 because fg6 will open the f file, so it means that I have to be careful there. So let's go for rook d1 first. Queen c5, okay, looks like solid option with the idea to go for a d4. Is this enough? I don't think so. Let's just get the king there into safety. Knight d5. Now I'll take on d5. Okay, c6. Now I can start to build up some pressure, probably. So let's start attacking those pawns. 7 check. Take there. Okay, c4, and now yeah, just take on c4. Easy check. Here I would like to secure my knight with a5, so it's probably very clear advantage for me. Okay, here doesn't really do anything here. Just go for the knight e2, stay very low, and okay, but why we are even playing this one? E3, and now I just want to stop this by playing rook b2. Just take on a3, b4. Okay, let's take this one, f3. Let's get the... Yeah, now I have to be careful. I want to get a bishop on e7 first, b4, b4, c4. Yeah, I will take a draw for sure here. It is a checkmate in one move. Okay, king goes there, now a3, king b3, a2, you know, king c2, it's just the queen, so there is still again something that is clearly winning here. I can go for rook e2. I don't know if this is winning or not, but it looks like I have enough potential to defend the position. Let's start building some kind of the fortress here also. Let's build the fortress, and here I don't think that this was a good idea for him, because this rook is now protected. Now I have queen g6. Okay, he looks like wants to get queen f6, but if I get the queen f5, then I have queen d5. Yep. Okay, and now just take the pawn on c6 if I can. e6 will run into there, and it's a game over. Okay, here bishop e5, king goes to f2, king goes to e6, knight f3, d3. Yep. Oh, he wants to... Yeah, this has to be completely lost for me. Yeah, because now when I remove my rook, he will eventually break bishop g3, and I'm very dead there. Okay. Let's go. Rook c8. Okay. Okay. Bishop takes on g3. Now I cannot really take here because he'll take this one, and if I take here he'll just go for e2, so I'm again busted. I have to resign. Tornado, well done. Take. Okay, now I can go for the rook c1 as I mentioned before. Rook e2, let's go back with the bishop. Let's get the rook on b8, or first queen on d7. Probably first queen on d7. Knight d6. Now I can castle on the short side. I can start to get on the queen side. Where should be better? I'm not sure entirely, because he has some kind of the potential on the king's side. So if I go for straightforward castle on the king's side, let's suppose he goes for the bishop e7, how I will find the safety with the king? Probably not. Let's go with b3 and bishop b2. Rook d8, queen a3, now the queen is hanging probably. Okay. Bishop d6. Queen g5, okay. Looks like solid option. Check. Bishop goes to f1. King e2. Okay, everything is just fine. Let's go for g5, let's go for a bishop e7, let's just checkmate him. And here I would like to get g5, bishop e7, bishop f... bishop f4, g4, okay, now he loses a bishop. Yeah, now I managed to get very solid positions there. Now I can get the f4, but the queen g2 is possible there. Do I have something here? I have to be very careful because, you know, I cannot really allow him to get queen g2 because then can be a checkmate there on g2. So, but where I can put my knight to improve the position, where I can put my rook. Yep, this looks fairly interesting, but I'm not sure that it's good for me. I'm not sure at all that this is good for me. Okay, now I'm thinking that here I'm perfectly fine. Here I'm just checkmating him. Queen c2, just go for the rook b8. Oh, do I? Yeah, okay. No, here I have intermediate move, so let's go for the bishop e3 first. Okay, here I just doesn't have to go for anything. I can just, you know, go for knight e5, then go back, and let's see what will happen. Here I want to force some kind of e takes on f4. I think so. Here I will just stop everything. Queen g5, okay. Do he has something there? I'm not sure. Let's try to cover here the king side by going queen e2, rook f7, king goes on g4. The problem is that at some point rook f2 is probably the idea that he can try to go for. Yeah, and now, okay, how to get this knight to play, because queen d3 will not offer me anything, probably. Okay, if I go and try to check him there, what he will do. Yeah, but how I managed to miss those moves, I'm not sure. What I'm doing there? I again miss complete. Oh, this is not a true. Oof. I'm start missing those moves. I'm pretty sure that I'm tired, but never mind. Keep queen e4. Let's go back. And let's go now for a bishop g5. f3, now get this rook back. Rook e6. But okay, king goes to f7. Okay, let's go for a g3. Let's go for g4, queen d4. Yeah, but okay, there is a checkmate. But what if I go for the knight f3? If I'm not missed a checkmate, oh, yeah, sure. Queen f4. But I cannot really believe that this can be fine for him. So, all in all, I play on 20 tables. Now I have 12 more. So I hope, guys, that you enjoy and learn something before I start making those very ugly moves. If you like those streams, please just subscribe, because I will try to get at least 3 times on a week regularly those kind of streams and help you to learn something, to improve, to be better, all kind of the stuff. So if you like a stream, please just, you know, subscribe, and I'm pretty sure that I will try to get everything what is needed to become a better chess player. Yep, so here I just want to checkmate white king, which is very unsafe there. Let's go for the rook b4. Yeah, now here I have again some problems. Okay, let's go for queen c7. Yeah, incredible how bad I play those games. g6. Yeah, I'm really making incredible blunders there. But here from time to time, yeah, my opponent still offers me chances to, you know, yeah, I'm pretty sure that I'll get mated somewhere. Yeah, and queen e4. This is just so bad that I have to resign probably immediately. But let's go for let's play for a few more moves. Check. Yup. How bad I am here? It's not clear, yep. I cannot believe that this is happening there. Really, I'm not really sure how those guys find those moves. This is incredible. And rook f4. c4. This is unreal. This is unreal. Yeah. I'm pretty sure that here I'm completely busted, but we'll see. So, guys, do you have any kind of the questions? Yeah, rook d2, bishop c3, so this will eventually end it as a draw, I'm pretty sure. Here I would like to get the rook on e3, b4. This will open the game there, but I'm not afraid about that. If queen goes to e3, then I suppose that I have to defend this one with a king. And let's go back, what he finds there. Pretty interesting move, to be honest. Yeah, very interesting games happened there. There was a lot of offense from my opponents here. This guy offers me okay, I have to go back. Can I go? Okay, I have to go back. I have to get my king back. What I have here, I have 3, 5, 6, 7. Oh yeah, this now it's just good for me because I managed to block everything. And here I'll take with the knight, queen e3, king f7, and I will get a draw there. So yeah, one more. Okay, let's take on g6. Let's get here. I can't believe this. Yeah, I accept a draw. And I have to accept other draw as well. Now let's see what will happen here. It's not a good way for me to go for something like this endgame. Bishop goes there on c1. Now I have to start breaking somewhere. So this is secured, this is secured. Let's go here. Let's take this one. Let's go for here. Yeah, I don't know if I can... If I manage to, you know, prevent those two pawns from queening, then probably will be just fine. If not, I'm completely lost probably, even though if I'm a piece up, because in this kind of the endgames looks like the opponent has many different options. Okay, f5 will run into a3, it's not a bad scenario for me. Here, again, I would like to get for... oh, you know, I can just take on b2, it means there's nothing wrong with this move, but can I go for something more? For instance, can I go for rook f8, then he has to go for rook e3, then I can take on b2 and probably the game. Is over, but let's go for a4. I can't really believe this one. And this looks incredible. This is a show. Yeah, now he has bishop c4. Incredible. Let's take this one. Take this one. Rook h6. I'm completely busted here. And again, I'm not in time to do anything there, so I'm just very bad. Still, I don't understand how bad I can play. c5, rook b2. Yeah, I completely misplay a few of positions there, so... And again here I'm completely lost, so it's just incredible how bad I was playing there. Okay, this kind of the exchange I'm not afraid of giving, so I'll just exchange the queens and probably I will have enough time to what about here? Can I stop this pawn from queening? Probably I can't, but can I hope for something like that? Knight e4, queen d5, yeah, knight f7, rook e5. Bishop takes on c5. Yeah, now I will go for the king g5. Yeah, and now I'm just busted because I cannot improve my position, so have to resign. Okay, let's go for h4. Let's go for the knight c1, which I think is the only move there. I don't see anyone beside of this move. Let's hope that I will improve the position because it looks like very, very bad. Okay. Now I can start pick up those pawns there. f4. But now, okay. He'll take this one. Can I start with rook e2? Where this bishop will go? Yeah, now okay, I have two pawns, I have the knight there, so I'm pretty nice. I have a clear domination, this knight will improve, eventually I'll probably take a pawn, the game will be just over there. So, how you guys like this stream? Yeah, okay, now this is the end, and here what I have to do is just improve the position of my knight. Probably the game will instantly be just winning for me, but I have to be sure that, you know, the problem is that if I remove my knight, the rook can go to d4 or on b4, so I don't like to do that, to allow that, so I would like to get my king on d5 first. Yeah, rook f8, I'm really, really in a bad shape. Incredible. I cannot believe that this is happening to me. Yeah, I play very, very bad. You know, now queen c5 and he just have something like rook f3, and I cannot take on e7 because I'll get checkmated there. Or I will not. Let's try. Yeah, this one is probably over. Here, do you guys have any kind of the questions? You can just always ask me. I'm completely dead here. C6. Knight c4. So, if you like, please just, subscribe. I will try to make even more of those streams to help you to improve. Here, I think that this should be completely winning for me. Okay. Yes, I will. I will try to go for those kind of the streams about 3 times in the week. Okay, rook b7 looks like. Let's stop those kind of the moves. Let's go for the knight d5, to just, you see, just to stop this king, prevent him to get anywhere. I can at any time just, pick up the pawn on a4 and it will be probably very easy, easy win for me. And on the other side, this knight on d5 has a great scope, and he can always, if some of the pawns will try to get away from me on the king side, I always have time and very nice place of a knight, and I can improve the position of the knight hopefully and catch all of those pawns. So guys, if you like the stream, please subscribe. Knight b3, okay, I will just take this one, place the king on a2 if this will be possible. So I really like this scenario because I'll be on the safe side there, and I have 2 extra pawns on the king side, so probably I will get the chance to play for win. Yep, and now d6 has to be the winning move if I don't overlook something immediately on the other side. So, but I'm not sure. Even if he get this kind of a pawn, I'm sure that it's something unstoppable there on the other side. So even rook f2, I can just go for the king h1, and yeah, okay, you will take my pawn on f2, but I don't see what else you can do. Yeah, now he has a problem with his rook, and here he is completely lost. I'll just take those pawns. Is this winning? Probably it is. Take this one. Now I like to get a rook here. A2 is a nice move. Now if I take a pawn, I will open the a file for his pieces, so I don't want to get there. I'll go for the king c2, okay. And here I'll just take a pawns. Take this one, maybe I make a draw here. We'll see. This is now somehow the position where I'm, you know, playing. Very interesting. Now if I take this pawn, he can get there. And if I take this guy, he'll get here. And then I will have obvious problems. But again, I think that this should be enough. Am I right or am I really wrong here? No, I want to get my knight on e3. Okay. Now I want to reroute my knight where? Here and here. Okay. Now he wants to make a draw. Let's start to play for a while. 5, okay. Do you maybe wants to exchange a queens on f1? It's a queen. You should resign, so yeah, I outplay him here. Rook f2 will just run into king h1 and there is nothing, so rook f1, king h2, rook f2, bishop g2 and the game is over, and anything else will just, you know, queen my pawn, so it's basically completely winning position for me. Now, yeah, knight e6, it's a check, so if he goes for bishop f8, bishop d5, I'll just go for a queen e6, improve the position of my king, and probably the game is, you know, just over. But here it looks like very, very interesting game, and let's improve the position of my king first. And still, this bishop is for now not very nice piece because it doesn't have a clear square. Okay, if he managed to exchange a pawn, probably the game should end that as a draw because the rook versus a bishop and the two pawns will be at some point very hard to convert. But on the other side, something like this can go wrong for him. And I'll show you how I mean. So here I want to improve the position of my pieces. Okay. Now I completely control everything, and now I will start advancing the pawn on the king side. Here, for instance, I would like to lose one tempi, and I will explain you why. So, this king will never ever get anywhere if I don't remove my knight from e3. On the other side, when he gets, for instance, on b2 or on a3, I can take on g4, which means that I just have to lose a couple of tempi. So, for instance, king h6. If he goes for c3, okay, I'll go just again back on g5, and when he loses just, you know, moves there, then I will start picking up the pawns. The problem is that if I now immediately go for the knight g4, then he can reach the c4 square. So I'll go just for the king h6. King c5, yeah, and now he can get into all kinds of the problems. First of all, let's check him on g5. Okay, this is just game over. This is a check here. play without the bishop, for instance, because you know this bishop on g8 still is completely out of the position. He cannot go for the queen c7, king c7 because of the rook g7, and then rook d7, rook g8 is just winning for me. So he is in trouble. Now I can improve the position of my king. Okay, now he has kind of the potential to take bishop c5. This is, I believe, his idea. So can I just start marching with the king there and there and there? Can he do anything there? Because if he takes with the bishop, I'll just go for the rook c1 and I will completely outplay him. If he goes for the rook c5, queen e6 check, I remove my king again and it's perfectly fine. So let's go for the king d2. Rook b5. Okay, knight e6. I suppose. Yeah, he has to go here. And now he is in kind of the mating net because first I would like to get rook g7. Now this is the treat. This is the real treat. And now let's go back with this rook and try to checkmate him. Yeah, this will be nice once now. Okay, I'll just take. And you can resign, so. b5, okay, now I have, I think, a c5, and again there is a checkmating net. Yeah, it will be very difficult for him now to make a draw there. Yeah, this one is just mine, so I'll collect him, then I will improve the position of my rook, and then he will have okay. Okay, bishop d5, now let's check him there, and let's improve the position of my king now. Let's go here. This will be fairly interesting now to see, can he survive this one? Let's go here. Okay, and now you see c3 is a move which is somehow the move that white has to make because he is without moves. But I can just repeat my moves, and when he make the last one, then he'll be obviously just it will be obviously just a game over. So rook c3. Now I will improve the position of my king. Okay, now I will get from the other side. Now I will get here, so eventually he'll have to go back, and then I will just improve the position of my king. Yeah, I think that this is lost. We'll see. I'm not 100% sure that it is winning, but my ordinary idea here, I think that white has to be winning here. Yeah, rook c5. So now I will check him on e6, and go for rook c1. And basically I like this position because, okay, and now I just want to get my king on the d6. Okay, so now let's go for the rook c1. And if I manage to exchange one rook, then I suppose that I will be in a great shape. And I always have now something like queen f7, queen d7, d takes on c5, bishop d4, and you know, if I get two rooks there, it has to be a winning position for me. Yeah, now he's just, you know, he's just lost. Okay. Okay. Yeah, but I'm now much faster, you know, so I'll just take on c6. This is the game over. How much of the games are still going? 3 or 4? I don't have very nice results. I managed to lose the 4 games, but you know, I'm just doing my best. Yeah, obviously lose the concentration. I'm still not in the mood, and I'm out of the playing now for a while, but you know, I'm getting in the shape and probably I will improve and be better and better. Okay, this one is probably very easy, lost for black. So those kind of the games, of course, are, you know, just the games that you should just resign. But okay, at some point someone likes to play on, and I doesn't have anything against that. But you know, it's maybe better just, you know, to resign and to get the other one and start thinking from there. Okay. Okay, I'll just take this one. Now I will have to pick up those pawns and the game is just over. Just, you know, I don't want to get this king the chance to get a c4 square. If this is not possible, the game is just easily lost for him, and I'll just pick up the pawns and get all the way back, penetrate on b4, taking the pawn on a4, and you know, it's just the game over. Okay. What we have here? What is here going on? I'm pretty sure that this one is clearly winning. Dear Esmond. Yeah, so the positions that you saw here, probably this one is the most interesting one because all the others are, you know, not enough for me or the opponent to make probably a draw. So, but here, as I mentioned, so probably now he's completely lost. The only thing is that when he gets the b3, I have to get back the knight on e3, and then I can just take and pick up or grab a pawns. Yeah, rook d5 now, just run into rook c1. Probably here the game is just over. I have too much, I think, here on this long, all over the c-file. This pawn is weak, this pawn is weak. I have queen f7 at some point. I have incredible things when black just struggle to find a way how to even make a move. So I'm thinking that here I'm completely winning. Okay, my king is on some weird square, but there is not a clear way for black to attack the king. So the only pawn on a2 is somehow the pawn that can improve his position, but still I'm not sure that it is enough. We'll see what he'll trying to achieve, but I'm not sure that he will manage to survive here. Yeah, bishop c5 looks like the option, but I'm not still sure, because okay, I'll just go, you know, king e1 and everything will just stand there. So and rook c5 is again a very big and important issue for black, which is probably not something that he can survive. So I just go back with the knight, and with this kind of a strategy back and forth, I just straightforwardly pick those pawns on the king side, improve the position of my king, and there is just no way for white to stop me from getting the b4 square in the long run. So here you can see very nice and important pawn structure where the extra knight doesn't allow the opponent king to get the only square that he is capable of getting with the king. So c4, and if black managed to, you know, not allow white king to go there, probably the game is just all over, and black should be winning here. Now rook d6, but now I can just take on e4 and everything stands. So now I will just take on c5, if not I'll take on c6. If the bishop goes away, I can even get maybe check on e7 and then reroute my pieces. So let's see. Yeah, I'll just pick the pawns and the game is just over. Okay, dear Esmond, you think still in this kind of the position? Okay, now let's just get g4, bishop b6, okay. Let's just improve the position of the king first. King f3. Now I will reroute my knight to b4, for instance, then pick up the pawn on d3, king e3, and I'll queen d pawn. So basically it's just the game over here. It's maybe the most interesting game, but again I will try just to get a king on g3, and then you see suddenly all of the pieces are misplaced. I have this queen e7 kind of the moves, which are very strong, because rook d7, queen b4. If I take one more pawn, then this one is obviously just mine, because white is here in commanding lead. I have two extra pawns, my king is much safer than his, so probably it's just enough for me to win the position. So, but here, let's go here. On king d2 I'll just go for the knight b6, because then again this pawn is hanging, king cannot go there, and when he removes the king I'll just came closer to the pawn. So yeah, but here why not? Why I shouldn't take this pawn? Okay, it's a third pawn, so I'm not quite sure what black wants to do. Okay, I'll just go back. And the game is over. So we have only this one, which dear Esmond still is trying to think hard, but I think that is just the time to, you know, slow down and resign, because obviously black is completely winning. These kind of the positions are always very interesting, especially when okay, king goes there. I'll just improve the position of my king. This kind of the positions are always no, he just, I think, left the game, and yeah, let me winning. So when you have those kind of the position where you are completely winning, you just have to find a way how to win without giving the opponent a chance to survive. Not only maybe the smallest one, because when you start giving the option for the opponent to, you know, fight back, you always will be in a trouble. Not maybe in a trouble, you know, necessary to lose a game, but if you give him the option to take something from you, take some of the initiative, it can be very unnecessary. Here I'll just wants to pick the pawns. There is nothing for me wrong there, so yeah, if he wants to take this one, king e4, I don't see how he will survive this one. This is completely winning for me. Did Esmond wait that his time goes by? I'm not sure. Yeah, okay. King goes to e4. Probably the game just should end it as a clear win for white. Now I will pick up this. Yeah, but you know, where is the catch? I can even take with the bishop, because I don't see the move for black. I can take even with the bishop, because if you take with the rook, I'll just take, you know, with the rook it is a check, and then I'll take this one and the game is over. But I can also take with the rook, so it's not even necessary to get with the bishop d4. Yeah, it was a very nice game, Fab. You play very accurate, and it was very nice game, to be honest, because Fab plays very accurate. At some point create some kind of a treats on the queen side, but you know, I was a few pawns up from the opening and managed to survive finally. So we have the last game against the Esmond, and I was thinking that he just, you know, wait to flags there, so it's not really important. Okay, the result is not so bad. I managed to win some games, and I hope that we all together have some fun today with this stream. Once again, I want to, you know, just say that I'm sorry for the last stream 2 days ago, because I have some problems with the technical issues with my internet. In the Croatia, it's very bad at some point, so I managed to get some troubles, but I'm way back here today. I hope that you guys really, you know, first of all, get some kind of the knowledge, but also to get the fun, because we all play chess to have fun and to improve at some point as quick as we can. So thank you very, very much to look at my stream. Thank you very much for the support. If anyone didn't, you know, just subscribe on my Twitch or YouTube channel, please, you can go for and click on there, because I will be mainly here at least 3 times during a week. So if you like those streams, it will be, I think, much more of them. So thank you very much once again. Have a nice evening, and maybe we see us tomorrow or on Sunday on the next live stream. Take care.